This ain't radio, this ain't radio on the dial tone. This ain't radio, this ain't radio. What I'm on. This ain't radio, this ain't radio. I'm finna talk my shit. This ain't radio, this ain't radio. Give it a listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of This Ain't Radio with your host, Chris. Just Chris. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming back. Or your first time if you're a first timer, but thank you. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff that's going to help keep me in the algorithm. Because I need the algorithm even though I don't like the algorithm like I said last time. But you know how it is. Just hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Do your boy the solid. But anyways, look. It's been an interesting weekend for me. This past weekend. Interesting weekend. Alright, so as a lot of y'all know, I'll be going on my rides on the weekends to the beach, right? I just be riding, taking pictures, doing my thing. So I've been taking the route. Start in Manhattan, take the bike path all the way down to as far as I can, which is like PV, right? Borderline PV, right? Then I come back, I'm whooping, then I go to El Porto. If I'm feeling frisky, I'll take it to like Dockweiler. And then I come back and then I do my thing and then I zoom it home, right? So, this past weekend, I got a fucking ticket. For riding my bike in Hermosa Beach. Now, right there by the pier, right there by where all the bars are, but in the walking path, in the path. All right, I've been doing it for months. No problem. And when I'm on the path, I be cruising because I be bumping my music. I be chilling. I ain't trying to get through this ride quick. I'm trying to enjoy myself. I'm trying to catch some rays, tan up. You already know the tan. You already know. So I'm tanning real nice, right? Golden brown, honey brown. I'm a honey brown. I'm a graham cracker. I'm the shade of a graham cracker right now. All right. You can make a s'more with me. All right. I'm a graham cracker, shade of a graham cracker right now. But I'm riding, right? I go up once. I'm on my way back. I'm on my final way back through Hermosa to get to Barrow, because I like taking Barrow home because it's just an easier ride for me. So I'm on my way back, and in Hermosa, if you've been there, you know there's a certain section that's blocked out that's like walk only zone, right? No one really walks. Some people get off and walk, but most of the people riding, they kind of, they take their time, they get through. They're not going fast. We're just kind of keeping pace, just working our way through, right? And me, I'm in my own world. I'm jamming to the music I got going, and I'm jamming, I'm riding, I'm chilling, and then out of nowhere, a cop like comes out in front of me, so I stop. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm thinking, oh, he just wants me to get off the bike. No problem. And then he calls me over to the car. I'm like, okay, weird. Like, what's up? He's like, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. He's like, you have my ID? I'm like, for what? He's like, you're being detained. I'm like, detained for what? I'm really confused. I'm flabbergasted, right? Because the last thing I think is that they're going to give me a ticket for riding the bikes very slow, may I say, in the walk path. Now you're being detained for, I'm like, for what? For riding your bike in the walk only zone. I'm like, really? I'm like, I give him my ID. Do you have any warrants? No, bruh. Like, why would you even ask me that? Why would you run my ID and then fucking check for yourself? Why do you gotta ask me that shit? Don't ask me if you're gonna fucking look it up anyways. I ain't out here riding dirty. I'm a good citizen. Alright? Law-abiding citizen most of the time. Alright? Most of the time. Anyways, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, this is some bullshit. Then he's talking about, oh, the city's really, Like, we're starting to really crack down on people riding here. In my head, I'm like, that's bullshit. I've been doing this ride every weekend for the past like 4 months. You're lying. You're lying because I've been doing it. It's just today. Quotas must need to be met. I'm thinking in my head, but I ain't finna argue with this guy because this is a unwinnable battle for me, right? So I'm not gonna argue with the guy. I'm just gonna be like, whatever. Right? Yeah, we're trying to crack down on the e-bike riders using the throttle. I'm like, I'm not using the throttle. I've been pedaling this whole time. Oh, we're trying to crack down. I'm like, yeah, because the young kids. You're like, not just young kids. I'm like, no, it's the young kids. The young kids fucked it up. I'm not stupid. We all know the young kids fucked it up. And then while we're talking, so it's two cops, right? One cop has me and another cop has this other person. And we're both kind of talking. We're like, really? Really? Like, and then next you know, these other people on bikes are riding by. One dude is like a bike rider, like he be doing it for exercise going fast. He had the spandex suit, spandex onesie and everything. He zoomed by. And I'm like, bro, what about him? Like, that's not even safe. Oh, we're talking to y'all. I'm like, I get it, but that's crazy, right? I'm going slow, but this guy right here, he gets a good, like this guy. What happens to discretion? What happens to, remember all those movies where some dude will get pulled over and then a car zooms by, zoom, and then the cops like, hey, take this as a warning, and they jump in the car and they go get that guy. That's what they should have done because he was being reckless. But no, they're fine with that. But a guy just cruising through, they not fine with. So he hands me his phone and he's like, sign this. I'm like, what is this? Because at the time, I honestly didn't think I was getting a ticket. I just thought they were just checking to see if I was riding dirty. Right? Because I'm thinking I'm just getting a warning. So I'm just like, okay. And then I'm like, what's this? He's like, oh, this is the thing. I'm like, oh, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm signing. I'm like, can I see the paper? So I'm reading. I'm like, oh, I'm like, the hell? I'm getting a ticket? He's like, yeah, but I'm letting you slide on the e-bike. He was like, no, before I got the ticket, he was like, all right, I'm gonna let you slide on with the e-bike. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not even doing nothing wrong with the e-bike. I'm pedaling in my head. And then he's like, then he has like, I need you to sign that. I'm like, what's this? He's like, it's the ticket. I'm like, ticket? You just say you're letting me slide. He's like, yeah, but for the e-bike. But I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong with the e-bike. He's like, oh, but I gotta get you for riding in the no walking. I'm like, so you're not letting me slide, really? I'm like, you're not letting me slide. So he was like, sign that. I'm like, what? I don't even know what I'm signing. I was like, let me see the ticket. So I'm starting reading the ticket, I just seeing what it says, and I'm like, fucking bitch, in my head. And then I sign it. He's like, bro, it's like a parking ticket. And you know what? And that shit kind of fucked up. That shit kind of fucked up my whole mood. Because I was having a great day. I have a great times on that ride. And that fucked up my whole shit. And I was like, all right, cool. Now I'm not mad. I'm kind of just fucking bothered. It fucked up my mood. I'm going to stand to the side and make sure they're stopping people and doing the same shit they did to me. I don't give a fuck if they're old, if they're young, if they're doing what they're not supposed to be doing. Are you stopping them? They were. So good, because I would have been hot if they wouldn't have been doing that shit. I would have been hot. But then the ticket didn't have the price on it. Right? I'm like, what? If it's like a parking ticket, what's the price? How much do I owe? He's like, oh, you have to look online and they're going to tell you, but it could take up to 2. I hate that shit about the ticket. If I get the ticket, I should be able to pay that shit off right away if I want to. I'm not. I wasn't planning on it, but I should know how much I have to pay. I shouldn't have to wait up to 2 weeks for it to be all up in the system. Like, what? That's the bullshit. So I'm out of curiosity. I asked Gemini, yo, Gemini, how much are the tickets for the infraction of riding in the walk only zone in Hermosa Beach? And they were like, well, due to the emergency shit. It could be up to 250 because these fucking kids who went crazy riding their bikes all over Hermosa, just causing ruckus. They made it like an emergency shit, some shit, and it was like because it's like an emergency. So I forgot exactly the wording or what it is. Urgent, like an urgency thing or urgent kind of thing to kind of nip shit in the bud. They're like the fines could be higher than other places. So they said first infraction 250. So, and I'm hoping that's a lie. Cause if not, I'm in the whole 250. 250 is a lot to me. 250 is a lot to me. I'm just a dude. 250 is a lot of ducats. The coin, that's a lot of coin. That's a lot of quarters. But I have to wait. I don't even know if that's true or not. I have to wait to see because I can't look my ticket up online. Because I ain't in the system yet. Well, there's some bullshit, all right? There's some fucking bullshit. All right, but long story short, I shouldn't have been riding. Yes, I know I shouldn't have been riding the fucking bike in the walk only zone. I know that. Yes, the ticket is warranted. I'm not a fucking idiot. Should I have got a warning? Yes. Why? Because I wasn't riding reckless. I was slowly riding through the walk only zone. But is the ticket warranted? Sure. That don't mean it's not bullshit. That don't mean it's not bullshit. That's all I'm saying. Look, yes, the ticket is fair. It's just bullshit. All right? Give me a warning. Hey. But they didn't give me a warning because they're not really trying to crack down on that shit. Because I guess I've been doing the ride for months. That's the first time they were there. If they were really trying to crack down on this shit, I would have been known a long time ago not to do that shit. Yes, it's the law. It's an infraction. Yes, do the crime, do the time, pay the fee. Yes, I get it, but it's stupid. My bad. It is my fault, but still fucking stupid is what I'm saying. All right, got me hot. Anyway, that low key that fucked up my ride, bro. I'm glad that was my last trip through, and I just went home. Even the next day, cause I try to ride all weekend if I don't got plans. I been riding the next day, and then my spirit wasn't right. Right, I still had an enjoyable time, but just my spirit wasn't sitting right. Like I'm not fully over it. I got to get over it. But time heals all wounds. Give me time. Give me time. And it's fucked up because Hermosa Beach is like in my mind. Even though that cop that gave me a ticket was probably Filipino. He looked like a little Filipino dude, and his partner was like some kind of Latino. Just felt instead of being there, Hermosa Beach PD just felt like white people giving me a ticket. Felt like a white man just gave me a ticket and got one up on me and was smirking at me the whole time. Got him, Vasquez, huh? Got him. That's how it felt in my spirit. I'll be back though. I'll be back. He'd be like, "Shut the fuck up." I'll be quiet. But when he leave, I'll be riding again. My nephew, I think he finally understands how fun it is to be outside as a kid with your friends. I think he finally understands how fun it is and how crucial it is to be outside. So on Saturday, after I received my ticket, right, I told my sister I would watch the kids because she was going to a concert, right? This concert in Santa Ana at some stadium, right? Headlined by Sacred Souls and Duran Jones and Indications. They didn't stay to the end. They didn't stay to watch the headliners. Okay. Weird. Should have thugged it out. But anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. So my sister asked me if I could watch the kids. I was like, yeah. Usually, 98% of the time, it is assumed watch the kids. They're coming over to the crib. They're coming over here to me. Now I guess that's changing because now my sister assumed that I was going over there just because I did it last time. So we were playing the assumption game and had different assumptions. So she ended up calling me. She's like, "Hey, you coming over here?" I'm like, "No, I thought y'all were coming over here." And then my nephew's like, "No, I want to go over there. I want to go over there." I'm like, "I don't care." He's like, "Well, if I go over there, I'm going out." I'm like, "Good. I don't give a fuck." Said like, "I don't care. I don't give a fuck." Anyways, long story short, they came over, right? And he's like, I'm going to my friend's house. I'm like, "Cool. Take the scooter. I got your location. You good?" He got here around 2. He got here around 2, so it was just me and the baby girl. Me and the baby. Right? Me and the baby. Me and her went to go get ice cream. Got some candy from CVS. Right? We had a good time together. But anyway, back to my nephew, right? So they got here around 2. He ain't get home till 7. He ain't get home till 7. And I'm like, "Cool." And then I asked him, I'm like, hey, today better than was you coming over here better than me going over? He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I know, right? You outside now. You outside." He's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna spend the night. I think I'm gonna spend the night, because he wants to hang out again tomorrow." I'm like, "You got extra clothes?" He's like, "Nah, but you know what? I'm probably just go home and have my mom drop me off tomorrow." I'm like, "Yeah, okay. But I told you, coming over here is better than being over there. Cause over here, you could be inside or you could go outside. At your spot, you only inside." But then, anyways, on Sunday, on Sunday, I do my ride too, right? And then I go get my food for the week. And then around 3 something, my nephew texts me. He's like, "Hey, I'm I'm gonna use your scooter." And I'm like, "When?" He's like, "I already have it." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, so me being, I'm like, I check his location just out of curiosity. I'm like, this little asshole at his friend's house. So I'm like, he came to the crib. So he came to the crib, right? He came to the crib, didn't come in and say hello, took my shit. You heard that? That's a weird noise. That came from my mouth. So he came to the crib, took my shit, and just dipped and then told me that he's using my shit after he got it. Now I'm fine with that, right? Because the scooter I bought, I really bought it for him and my girl because I'm trying to get them to go on rides with me. And I was like, "Look, if you ride the scooter, I'll just take my skateboard and we could just do the rides on the weekends like that." But also, it's like, cool. If the scooter was all that was needed to get my nephew to be an outside kid, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Use the scooter whenever you want. I'm all for that. And I don't even know what time he got back. I don't know what time he got picked up. I didn't even see him on Sunday. My scooter's here though, but I didn't even see him on Sunday. But he understands, and I think he gets it. Like, yo, being outside is better than being inside playing video games. Being outside with your friends is better than being inside playing video games online with your friends. And that's all I'm saying. That's what it is. That's a good time to me. And it should be a good time. I remember what it was like being outside as a kid. It was even better for us because one, we were trusted more, even though we shouldn't have been trusted more, because we were way worse than these kids as far as like getting into trouble. And we didn't have cell phones. So we was really out wherever we wanted to be. But look at me. Turned out great. I don't break the law. I just get infractions. I get ticket infractions. I get tickets for infractions. All right. That's some mathematics shit. Infractions. All right. But it's not a law. I didn't break a law. broke an infraction. I think. I think. I don't know. But look, I just remember what it was like being a kid outside. That's what it's all about. Let these kids be outside. Once they're old enough, you got to give these kids a chance to have some freedom outside. Not freedom to be inside and not be bothered and play. No, put their ass outside. These kids want to play outside. They just don't know it yet because no one's making them go outside and be out and play outside. But once they're outside and they figure out, oh, this is fun, they want to do it again on Sunday. Think about it. Think about it. But yeah, look. That's it for this week. Episode 289. This Ain't Radio with your host Chris. Just Chris. And once again, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram, This Ain't Radio. All right, y'all, and until next episode. Peace.